When you are dealing with the avoidant, the more you push for the connection, clarity, or reassurance, the more actually their nervous system interprets that as pressure. So pressure is the thing that makes them pull away in the first place. So in this video, we are going to break down why no contact works better on avoidance than chasing, explaining, or just trying to fix things, and how stepping back can actually protect your emotional stability while giving the entire situation the room to breathe. Before we go any further, I want to be very clear that the no contact shouldn't really be used as a strategy to get someone back. I mean, if you go into it trying to control the outcome, you are still giving your power away, right? You are just doing it quietly. So no contact should mean a reset for you. It's time to calm your nervous system, to stop reacting to their distance and kind of rebuild your sense of self, so you are not stuck chasing clarity from someone else. Now, with that being said, it is true that when you cut contact with the avoidant, very often they come back. Why it actually happens? Well, avoidants regulate their emotions through distance, right? And silence and autonomy. So when emotions rise, expectations grow, or if the relationship starts feeling a bit more serious than before, then their nervous system gets just overloaded. So pulling away is how they regain a sense of control and internal balance. That's just how they function. When there is silence and distance and there is no pressure, their emotions just regulate and they start thinking about you more, and that's what makes them actually reach out to you later on. The worst thing that you can do is to chase the avoidant, especially at the beginning of no contact, because they still need that time to process everything and to just feel safe again. So all of the repeated texts, all of the explanations, check-ins, and requests for clarity, this is all pressure for the avoidance. So when you chase, you are not keeping the connection alive. You are basically making them pull away. So no contact sends a completely different message. Usually avoidants think that you will always be there, that you will always be the one who's chasing. So when you are doing no contact, that kind of emotional freedom is what allows them to just stop running. They have to stop, they have to look back and just notice that you are no longer chasing them. And if you are dealing with the avoidant, there is a very high chance that you are more on the anxious side. So previously, you were the one who was chasing, they were running away, and that was the entire dynamic of that relationship, right? But no contact basically ends the entire dynamic. You stop negotiating for attention and over-functioning emotionally. So the moment you stop trying to control the outcome, you regain control of yourself. So that shift changes everything. And I believe that it's all about the energy. Because if you think to yourself something like, you know what, I'm actually done with all of that. I deserve something better. I want to be treated better. That shift changes everything because you are no longer even waiting for them to come back. And it's like they can actually feel it somehow. And this is funny, but a lot of times when you completely detach from the situation and you just stop waiting for that message, that's when they actually come back and you no longer even care and you don't know what to say because you don't really want to go back to that relationship because you know that you deserve something better. And you know, it's all because of the distance, because avoidants don't miss you when there is pressure or any kind of emotional intensity. They miss you when it's quiet. They have time to reflect. So doing no contact basically creates emotional silence. So in that silence, avoidants often start replaying memories, reflecting on the relationship, and just wondering what you are doing. And it's not even about making them anxious or jealous. It's about giving their nervous system enough space to just quit that defense mode and go back into the curiosity and desire mode. But of course, every situation is different and you can't predict if someone will come back at all or if they will come back after 2 weeks of no contact. So if you are doing no contact, you should just use that time to just put all of the energy into yourself, because it forces you to stop chasing, to stop seeking for reassurance, and stop making someone else's availability the center of your emotional world. So it gives you space to regulate your own nervous system. And bear in mind that this is even more important than giving this space to the avoidant. You need to focus on yourself and take care of yourself. And although I know that doing no contact is difficult and you will be thinking about them pretty much all the time at the beginning, after a few days, after a few weeks, you will be thinking more clearly. You will feel more grounded and you will just come back to yourself. So whether the avoidant comes back or not, you are no longer operating from anxiety, which is very important. So honestly, out of experience, I know that it's not easy, and especially if you are wired anxious, it's very unnatural and uncomfortable. But every urge that you don't act on is a rep, just like at the gym. Every message that you don't send is you choosing the stability over panic. And the moment you stop chasing clarity from someone who can't give it to you, you start finding clarity inside of yourself. And this is super important. And this is where the real healing begins. And sometimes no contact won't work on your avoidant, and it's actually a good thing, because no contact doesn't work if the relationship was unhealthy, unsafe, or built on inconsistency right from the start. It's not a magic spell. It doesn't force emotional growth, and it shouldn't be used to tolerate behavior that actually hurts you. So the way I see no contact, it's not about bringing someone back to your life. It's about bringing you back to your life. So the main takeaway I want you to get from this quick video is that no contact works best when it's rooted in self-respect and not strategy. It's about choosing your peace and your stability and your growth regardless of the outcome. And what's funny is that once you start choosing yourself, they will come back, and that's when you will be the one who will have to decide, do you want them back or not? So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this quick video was helpful. If you want to learn more about the attachment styles and the psychology of avoidant attachment, and if you want to learn how to become more secure in relationships, subscribe to this channel. See you next time.